How's it going, Team Maryland fans? Welcome back to another episode of Meeting TM. This week we're sat with George Fomin, New York's finest. We're going to be taking some shots on Zach Richards out on the ice, and then we'll sit down with George and have a conversation with him. So, head to the ice?
Yeah, sounds good.
So now that we've seen a little bit of George Fomin's skills on the ice, let's get to know him a little bit off the ice. How you doing, George?
I'm good. Yourself?
Doing very well.
Good.
From New York.
Yep.
So you live on Manhattan.
Yeah, I'm from the city.
Best place to get a slice of pizza?
Rivoli's Pizzeria on 7th Avenue and Waverly Place.
I was gonna laugh if you said Sbarro.
No. That's cardboard with cheese, man. Don't do that.
That's the closest we got out here.
I know. I don't eat the pizza out here, man. I can't do it.
I don't. Yeah,
it's
I don't
dangerous,
blame you.
actually.
I don't blame you. What's your favorite part about New York City?
I'd say the energy.
Yeah.
You know, I've lived there my whole life. This is my first year moving out, and the second you drive out that tunnel,
yeah, it's
energy.
crazy.
It's energy.
Yeah.
There's always somebody doing something. Every sidewalk's blocked off. It always stinks, but you keep on moving. You know, it's great. It's great.
Manhattan and Odenton, Maryland are very different places.
Huge.
What was it like a culture shock for you coming from Manhattan?
I think the biggest shock really was me coming from New York to Maryland, and me taking longer to drive everywhere here than New York. The traffic here is just atrocious. I have to go by or through Baltimore to get home. It takes me like an hour and 20 minutes to get up to Hampstead.
Rangers fan?
No, Islanders fan. Actually.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the Rock.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Barclays Center?
Oh yeah.
Is that opinions? I know it's a very controversial arena.
A lot of my buddies don't like it. It's alright, it's clean, it's nice, but unless you're sitting in that front, like that close bowl section, the rest is atrocious.
Yeah.
You know, because it's meant for a basketball.
Oh, for sure.
Everything's too on top of each other.
They're building the Belmont one, right?
Yeah, yep, new rink's coming up. It's supposed to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, they're paying a lot for it, so you hope it's going to be gorgeous, right?
We're talking a little bit off camera. You said your father is Russian?
Yeah, my mom's American.
And they met in Russia?
Yeah.
So is there like a big Russian influence in your household?
I grew up learning Russian and speaking Russian, and then I went to an American school, kind of fell off with it, but I always had Russian babysitters. My father still speaks Russian in the house to this day.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to learn myself, trying to teach myself back into it.
It's a cool language.
Yeah,
it sounds really cool.
Yeah, cool and angry though.
Yeah.
Everything's angry. It's almost like German where you just don't want to hear it, you know?
Yeah, it's just a little bit, you know, yeah. I don't know, it's a cool language. My dad knows a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like he studied it in college and
Gotcha. That's why my mom went to Russia. She was studying in college as well, went a semester overseas, met my father.
That's awesome actually. That's a really cool story.
Yeah.
So then they moved back here?
They moved back to the US after a few years and
the rest life. Yeah, and now we have
George Fomin in Maryland.
Mentioned in Maryland, your first time being away from the house, playing hockey. How's that been for you?
You know, it's a big change, but I'm in a great house. I got a great family. I'm living with Zach Richards and couldn't ask for more. Great hospitality. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, we were shooting on Zach out there. Is that kind of what's the dynamic like with that? With this,
you know, we get
the skater and the goalie.
We're fine, you know, until I hit him in the head, which happens a lot. But you know, no complaints. You know, he's a great kid.
Yeah, for sure. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a really funny guy.
He's got some charm to him.
For sure he does. Yeah. You guys, do you guys get out much, like hockey-wise, or is it kind of just when you're here with Team Maryland?
You know, I hang out with all my buddies as much as we can. We try and get together at least once a week, do a team thing.
Yeah.
But you know, nobody lives really that close to each other, given a few houses. But like, I stayed at Sam's house last night, and we all went over to Tony's and had a nice hangout.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they got a little home movie theater in the basement.
That's
we were watching the Canes-Bruins game. It was great. Hopped in the jacuzzi.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
wow, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So you came in actually pretty recently.
Yeah.
How was that transition for you? Because you came from the P,
Yep.
and now you're up in the higher playing a little bit of a higher
level,
division, higher level. How's that been hockey-wise for you to adjust?
Well, starting off in the P, it's not a bad league by any means. The game is still quicker than I played youth, 18U, my second year. I stayed aged out in AA, and just going to the HLP itself was a little bit faster. And Fosco picked me up, and when I came here, my first practice, I was like, oh my God, I thought I was out of place, really. But after a week, you kind of get in this tempo and this rhythm, and you get closer with the guys, and you slowly start to pick up all the little things. And next thing you know, in my second week here, I'm already cracking jokes, making fun of people. So, yeah, it's great.
Do you think that kind of helps to develop a player a little bit? Maybe playing a little bit high up out of your...
Absolutely. I think any hockey player would agree. You play your worst hockey against the worst teams. You always end up... You're not thinking about it, but you always end up playing a little bit lower, and then you come to a team where you're almost constantly uncomfortable. You always think you're a step behind. You push yourself that little extra bit harder, and next thing you know, you're skating around guys, you're buzzing, you're hitting shots. It's great. It's great.
How much do you think that this experience has kind of not only as a hockey player, but as overall individual helped you grow? And
it's definitely humbling, first of all, because I spent my whole life at the same organization. You get brought up through the ranks, and that was my second home. I spent 4 nights a week at the same rink. So people respect you, and they look at you a certain way, and your teammates treat you a certain way. Then you come to a higher level team, and you're starting from the bottom of the totem pole, really. And it's working your way up, and you really dig deep, and it's hard.
Describe your first game.
No, man, I was shaking, and my first shift, make a clean breakout pass, and I'm in the far corner, I just get laid out by a kid that's 6'3". Skate back to the bench, we got Jeff on the bench, Redmond, shouting, there you go, bud. So that was my rude awakening to EHL hockey, but, it was great.
When you get that first point, does that kind of take a lift off your shoulders a little bit? Because you're you can actually kind of do some damage here.
For sure, I haven't put a goal in yet, and it's kind of biting me in the butt, because first game, last shift of the game, I hit the far post on a backdoor pass.
I do remember that too.
Yeah, I didn't hear the end of that from J-Max. But, no, that first assist, it wasn't so much of a weight off my shoulders, but more of a, I can do this. Mm-hmm. I'm meant to be here. This is something I can do, and with time, there'll be more to come.
Kind of shows you belong a little bit.
Absolutely, and then you skate down the bench. You're not the first guy going to the bench, but you're the second guy, and all the guys are just shouting for you. It's a great feeling.
Yeah. So you mentioned off camera, you're a bit of a style guy. Do you wear a lot of designer stuff, or do you
personally not a crazy designer guy, but I'm definitely a bargain hunter.
H&M, Goodwill, all that stuff. Yeah.
Nothing's better than a nice plaid suit with a white turtleneck.
For sure, yeah.
Pop out with the loafers. Oh. Shake it up a lot.
We'll have to keep a Fomin watch.
Oh yeah.
When you're coming into the games. For sure, yeah. 100%. That'd be great. So do you what's your favorite store to shop for bargain fashion?
I'd say nothing beats H&M clearance rack, but sometimes you can get lucky if you go to an outlet mall. Yeah. Banana Republic has some great stuff. Express, Zara's a great place to go, and I find most of my jackets and stuff at Goodwill's, Salvation Armies. It's little sleepers, you find them in there. Some of them are gross, so you don't touch them.
Some of those thrift stores can have some gems in them.
Oh, 100%.
Especially Plato's Closet. I've seen Yeezys at Plato's Closet before. So
I got a pair of Air Force Ones at Plato's once.
I got a Comme des Garçons Converse.
Wow.
The low top.
There you go. Yeah. That's a steal.
I know. Did you go home for Thanksgiving?
I did go home. I got to see the folks, and went up to my grandparents' house. Family got together. It was really nice.
What's your Thanksgiving? Is it ham or turkey?
Turkey, all the way.
I didn't know ham was a thing until I saw people putting it on Snapchat and social media stuff.
Me neither, and that was actually the first question Zach's parents asked me was, would you have turkey or ham? I kind of looked at him funny.
People ham? What?
Yeah. I thought that was more like a Christmas thing.
Sure. That's what we do. We do ham. Yeah. I live in a mostly vegan household.
Okay.
So they get their weird little blob of fake turkey.
Block of tofu kind of thing?
Kinda, yeah. That's exactly. It's like a weird. I can't even describe it. It's like a weird little looks like bread.
Almost.
And then in the middle of it, there's it's like a Twinkie.
Yeah.
But there's tofu in the middle.
A vegan Twinkie.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for joining us this week. Had a great chat with
Yeah, it was fantastic.
George Fomin. Next weekend, we got a few guys who are prospects for the show. We'll keep that hushed until it comes out.
Top
So,
secret.
Top secret, confidential. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. As always, coming back home. Finally, home games start again in January.
Yeah. Enough bus rides.
Really,
Enough bus rides.
really rough.
We're sweeping, but still, enough bus rides.
Yeah, for sure. Those are never fun. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back next week with another player, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day.